everybody, I hope you guys are all doing very well. Today I'm using my brand new ring light tripod combo. So I'm very excited about this video. So today, like I said, we're going to be discussing what to bring to a rabbit show. Especially if you're a first timer, newbie, this should help you a lot. There are lots of things that you can bring to your rabbit show. Some are optional, some are ones that are really helpful to have or you want to have. So one of the first things that I'm going to say that you need to bring is, of course, a rabbit. No matter if you have 1 or 20 rabbits, it's very helpful to pick out your best stock. Make sure that stock meets up with the standard of perfection, and you will do really well if you know what you're doing. And don't be afraid to ask other breeders for advice, because we are all willing to help you out. It's just, if you ask questions, you're going to be that much better of a breeder. Moving on, next thing is you want to make sure you have travel carriers. Now, you can have travel carriers from 1 holes to 6 holes to 8 holes of a travel carrier. And it's very helpful. These things, they have wired bottoms, so that way the rabbit doesn't get messy, so the poop and urine falls through, and so your rabbit doesn't cause a mess. This right here is an example of a 1-hole carrier, 1-hole travel carrier. You can get this from any supplier, any rabbit supplier, such as Rabbit Tracks Equipment, Pointer Hill Pet Products. Companies like that sell travel carriers if you do not have one. It just helps. Then your rabbit is nice and clean for the show. Another thing you want to bring is this little baby right here. Now, you don't absolutely have to, and if you don't have a standard of perfection, that is okay. That is okay, because you can order one off the Arba website. If you're a member of a local club, maybe they're selling them. Just check with any rabbit supply company and they sell this. This is the newest standard of perfection, and it will be through 2025. So you can get this anytime up until 2025. This is the new standard of perfection. It talks about disqualifications, faults, everything like that on your breeds. And it'll definitely help you become a better rabbit breeder. And next, another thing that I really like bringing to shows, this is not by any means a must, but I do like having it. It's my pedigree book. I have this binder that I fill with all my pedigrees and all the other kind of good stuff. Just pedigrees, registration papers, anything like that. Basically, just in case if, say, I need to register a rabbit or anything like that, or if I sell a rabbit, I have my pedigree book with me, so that way it's just as a just-in-case sort of thing. Now, another thing you want to bring is you want to bring any membership cards that you have. So this is the Arba membership card. Arba membership card. You want to make sure you bring that for reasons of just in case if you have to register a rabbit, because in order to register a rabbit, you have to have be a member of the Arba and all this other kind of stuff. So just make sure you bring those things just in case. It's a very good thing to have. If you're not a member of the Arba and you are showing in Arba shows, I highly recommend you become a member, because it'll help you so much, and you will just become a better showman through that. You get a subscription to the quarterly magazine, and you get all these kind of perks as a member, such as being able to register rabbits, being able to register your rabbitry, being able to grand rabbits, get best in show certificates, all this other kind of stuff, and it's super helpful, and it's just a really great thing to do. Okay, another thing that I think is a very must-have is a grooming table. Now this is one of my old grooming tables because my other grooming table stand broke. So this is kind of my backup table. But you want a grooming stand, you can get ones with boxes. That my newest one has a box. You can get ones that are just simple like this. I like Groom and Go's because they have a box and you can put stuff inside. Like I said, my Groom and Go stand is broken right now, so I'm getting a new stand for that. That is just one thing. It really does help. No matter if you have a grooming stand that sets on top of your carrier, you can get one that sets on top of your carrier. You can get one to hang on the side of your cages or carriers. Any grooming stand really helps. Even a carpet square. If you aren't able to afford any kind of grooming table of any sort, get a carpet square because then you can set it on top of your carrier and it'll make your life so much easier. Another thing that you want to have is a brush. Any brush of any kind, just make sure it's a nice rabbit brush. This is the one I've been using for a long time, but I intend to get more brushes just for my lion heads, just because they have wool and rollback fur, so each part of their wool and everything needs different kinds of brushes. But just get a nice brush that'll help you any last minute things if they dip their head in some water or anything like that. It's always a really good thing to have a brush just to fix up their hair. Another thing that, this is obviously not required, I don't usually bring this to shows, but a ruler. Maybe you need to measure some ears to make sure that your rabbit, for sure, its ears meet the standard ear size and everything like that. That way, if you need to make any last minute scratches for the show, this will really help. Another thing you want to bring is a trusty old nail trimmer. Yes, I got this one from a rabbit supply company at a show. It's really helpful, just because I have rabbits with bigger nails. I have my English slop, and then I have my silver foxes. They all have bigger nails than my lion heads, Netherland dwarfs, Holland lops. So I need a bigger nail clipper. So we got this from a supply company. It was either Rabbit Tracks or CCB supplies, but it really does help. This one in particular really does help. You can use a human nail trimmer, but if you have bigger rabbits, as just getting one like this, see how it has the wide, it has the really big circle. It's almost like a dog nail trimmer. That way you get an idea of it. There's pink on it, but the light's not showing it up very well. Another thing that I like having, it really does help, is a marker board. That way if I have any sales of any sort, I can write them on my trusty old marker board and put it on my grooming table. Just stick it on here or anything like that. I just do that kind of stuff. Then I'm able to put anything that I have for sale on here, or write anything like had to leave, be right back, that kind of stuff. That way people kind of know where you are. I ordered mine from PM Graphics. They're Noah and Lewis. They're absolutely amazing. They made this for me, this marker board for me with my rabbitry name on it, and I love it. I've used it at a show already. Next you want is a notebook. Now, with RHD and COVID going around, they have not been doing comment cards. So what I did was I got a notebook and I wrote down show results. This is my breeding notebook. I didn't bring my show notebook with me down here to the barn, but a notebook really does help because you can write down show results in it. And another thing that I really think is very essential is a tattoo pen. They are absolutely amazing. I believe this is a KB Tat. Yes, it's a KB Tat. I got recommended it. I had a different tattoo pen, but it just didn't work out for me. This one, I feel like the ink goes in a lot better. I'm not a professional tattooer, but In ARBA shows, they do require a tattoo in the left ear. Make sure it is in the left ear. It really does help to learn how to do it. That way, you can tattoo your own rabbits. If you don't feel comfortable tattooing your own rabbits, you can always call on one of your breeder friends or meet up with someone at the show who would love to tattoo for you, tattoo your rabbit's ear for you. Some people just aren't comfortable with it. Some people don't own a tattoo pen. Sometimes they can be expensive, and it's okay. Just ask. There are always people at the shows who are definitely willing to tattoo rabbits for you. And then it comes in this nice little case. It comes with this case, and the case has a bunch of different supplies in it that'll help you tattoo. Another thing you want to bring is a pen. That way, in case you have to write down anything, in case someone wants to write out a check, in case you entered any contest or anything like that, it really helps. And that's kind of, speaking of contests, that's kind of what the Standard of Perfection is for too, because there might be some youth contests where you have to say what the breed is shown in, and all this other kind of stuff, and it really does help to have Standard of Perfection and a pen. There are also some other supplies that you could bring. I do recommend bringing towels. Although it may seem weird or anything like that, towels really do help, just in case if your rabbit gets wet or any sort of little thing, because you know how rabbits are. They might get a little mess or anything like that, so make sure you have some sort of towel, cleaning stuff, just so your rabbit, just in case if your rabbit does something and gets itself messy, you're able to fix those last minute things and fix those kind of mistakes. Another thing that I do recommend are these little snap bowls. I got this from TS Supplies, and this is one of my nicer ones, one that one of my rabbits didn't chew up so much. But these snap bowls are really convenient for when you go to shows and you put them on the carriers, and basically it is so your rabbit has water at any point during the show that they're thirsty, because you don't want, especially during this, if you have a summer show, you want to make sure your rabbit has that water. Another thing I do recommend bringing is some hay. A little bit of Timothy hay, that way they have something to chew on, just something that'll keep them busy during the day. I don't personally give them actual, their pellets or anything like that, just for the reason of I don't want them getting that stuff stuck in their teeth. I don't want them gaining any last minute weight, even though probably not, but I don't want them to fill up or chewing while the judge is judging them and that kind of stuff. I don't personally do that. It's just mostly a preference, but I would probably recommend bringing hay, just because that's going to be better for you. There are also many other different things that you could bring. Anything that you think you possibly need. Something that I'm starting to bring, because I recently got it, are aprons. There are many rabbit suppliers, rabbit design suppliers that sell aprons. Goodwin Designs is one that I got one of my aprons from. It's absolutely beautiful. You can order aprons online, and just ask someone who specializes in designing rabbit things about the aprons, because it's not like an ordinary apron. It's pretty much mostly the same thing, but just a little bit different in its own way. But there are people who make aprons for rabbit showmen. That way, just in case you don't want to get all dirty or a bunch of hair on you from the rabbits, it does help to have an apron, and I found it very, very helpful to have an apron. But any kind of supplies that you think you need, and this may not even be all of it, or you may not need all of these things that I listed. You may need more or less, but always be prepared for a rabbit show, because I wouldn't want anyone to go unprepared for a rabbit show of any sort, because it's always great to be prepared. And it's always great to have the supplies you need, especially when it's your first show. And so just make sure to ask around breeders, just ask breeders, message breeders, and all this other kind of stuff. And it really will help. Probably one of the final things I do recommend bringing are these little cage tags. I usually attach them to my carriers, and it really does help to know which rabbits you have. That way you're not scrambling for any rabbit of any sort. My rabbits do like to chew these up sometimes, so I might have to get more of them or new ones or anything like that. But I do have for sale ones, and I have these. It really does help. And then if you do need carrier tags or cage tags, you can put them on your cages and all this other kind of stuff. I know there are people who also sell magnetic ones that attach to your feeders. That's just kind of more of an at-home thing. But these, it really does help to have these. That way you're not scrambling and are like, which rabbit is this, which rabbit is that? I'm not really sure which rabbit I should bring. It really does help to have these. And if you don't have them, take a piece of notebook paper, anything like that, and find your own different way to attach a tag to your carrier. Well, I hope this really helped. I want to help you guys in any way possible. If you have any questions, you can message me through my Instagram and Facebook. I am available all the time to answer questions. And so just make sure you ask questions, and I will answer as soon as I possibly can. Also, tell me what you want to see next. I'm always willing to take suggestions on what rabbit videos I should do next and how I should educate people about the rabbit world. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope you learned something. So God bless, and have a wonderful day.